There's no hiding that the Sixers have been struggling since their hot start due to the absence of our MVP, Joel Embiid. But Maxey has been keeping his team as competent as possible. And when this team gets healthy, Maxey will still be a big part.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking Sixers in the Bird Gang, that's our life. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, Eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. And today, I want to touch on the Sixer struggles and how good I think Maxey can be. But before we do that, Sixer Nation, help your boy out and hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new, and ding that notification bell so you know when we drop these videos or go live. Sorry, I haven't been able to do the play-by-plays. This time of the year, it's hard for me to do the West Coast trips at 10 o'clock. We do play the Kings tonight, and if we lose, we'll be 9-9, sitting at 500. And I want to say the 6-11 Kings don't have a chance, but no Tobias, no Danny Green, a lot of people out. So we're going to look at guys like Tyrese Maxey to carry the load once again. We're probably going into this with 76ers, no pun intended. But let's jump into the video, and I want to just point out that Maxey has been special since day one. I mean, think about this. If the Sixers drafting at 21 would have had a regular offseason, not just the Sixers GMs, but the whole NBA being able to scout the March Madness, the tournaments as normal, I guarantee you, Tyrese Maxey does not fall till 21. He goes before. But because of the pandemic, because of the lack of scouting, Maxey fell to 21, and LeBron knew he was special right away. I mean, this picture, you could have never thought that in 2021, second year in the league, that Ben Simmons, looking like he does right there, would be pretty much watching the Sixers the same way he's watching Maxey. And I'm not saying this picture was the start of it. Ben Simmons got his own problems up here, on the court, everywhere, right? Whatever's going on. I'm not talking about him until he's traded. But how can he get traded if he doesn't help his value? Blah, 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 blah. But this picture was before Maxey suited up in a regular season game for the Sixers, and LeBron knew he was special. Kentucky guards are normally special, I should say. And Maxey's got better every single month, every single year since he's been in the NBA. And look at this comparison. Shout out to Brock, who does YouTube videos himself. He tweeted this on Twitter early in the morning today, and I just was like, what? I knew the dude was balling, and I've been planning on making this video anyways because of the multiple 20-point games, averaging 18. But when you look at what Maxey's doing at such a young age, right? He's 21. Maxey is 21. Let's look at Allen Iverson's first 25 starts. 22 points per game, 40% from the field, 33% from the three, and 65% from the free throw line. Now let's look at our MVP Joel Embiid's first 25 starts. 19 points per game, 47% from the field, 37% from three, and 78% from the free throw line. And now, pick 21 overall Tyrese Maxey, first 25 starts. 18 points per game, 52% from the field, 39% from three, and 86% from the free throw line. This kid is not afraid of anything. And what I saw from the very beginning of his rookie campaign to the middle, to the end, to now, is he worked on that jump shot, the three-point shot, the pull-up, because he came into the league with a floater, with the ability to attack centers, power forwards at the rim, go up, use his body for leverage, do all the things that a all-star guard can do at the hole, at the rim, finishing. But he didn't have the step back, the mid-range that was consistent. And it got better and better and better. And he's shooting 39%, shooting a good three-point percent, which he came out of college not doing. Growth. He's not afraid to work on what he needs to work on. And let's be honest, with no Ben Simmons on the floor, he has been our best guy in transition, right? When the Sixers are running a break, the two top players for the Sixers during the break would be one, Tobias Harris, and Tyrese Maxey. And I honestly put Tyrese Maxey ahead of Tobias Harris when it's running the break, 2-on-2, 1-on-1, fast break, go get the bucket. Tyrese Maxey's just electric, being able to contort his body in different ways. And now that he's getting a step back, the pull up, and not afraid to shoot the three, it's just going to balance his offense. Now, before we get into the struggles of the Sixers, I do want to touch on this about Maxey, and that is his turnovers. He's not doing it. For the ball to be in his hand as much as it is, for the burden of scoring with nobody else on the court, he's not turning the ball over. It's an incredible rate that he's going without turnovers, or how many assists he gets to his turnovers, which he's not the assist king. He's not going to get double digit assists yet, but the ability to take care of the ball in the NBA at such a young age is important. And like I said, let's look at a quick video of how he can get to the rim and his fadeaway in the paint, his floaters, his runners, his layups. But he has the ability to do this stuff like this: a Euro step and fade back. This is an and one play, count the bucket. He's just creating new ways to get to the hole because of his athleticism. One more time: Euro step, draw the contact, 1 foot, step back, fade away in the lane, count the bucket. Now, it's not surprising that the Sixers are struggling without their MVP caliber player in Joel Embiid, a guy who just does so much for this team. And a lot of people only look at how many rebounds, how many blocks, how many points, how many assists. What he does by just stepping on the court is wild, right? Look at the beginning of the season, right? Seth Curry has one 20-point game in the last 7 or 8. He's getting some 10s, some 15s, some 16s. He had 4 20-point performances in the first part of the season when we were 8-2. Why? Embiid. Furkan, because of Embiid. Everybody's game is elevated because of Embiid, because of the attention he draws. You're talking about double, sometimes triple teams. It's as simple as that. And so when the focus is on them, they get more wide open shots, their confidence get up, and that's when they can make the contested threes. The ball movement's crisp. Joel Embiid has become such a better passer than he was, getting the ball out when the double team comes, knowing what to do. And he attacks the paint more than anybody else. For the people who always say we want him in the paint more, and sometimes I do it too, he's still the heaviest post player in the game, most usage in the post. He's just versatile and such a unicorn. He can do so much around the court. The bench comes in, and the game plan is focal on when is Embiid coming back. We got to keep our starters off the court so when Embiid comes back, we can match. So that everything gets an uptick, even the bench, because other teams have to substitute wisely, knowing that Embiid comes back in the game. You have to have the right set to defend Embiid and slow down Embiid and also keep up with Embiid. So when you look at what Embiid does in general, he's going to increase the efficiency of the bench and everybody else. And the one person who probably misses him the most is Tobias Harris, because he's not even a number 2 on a championship team. He's supposed to be a 3. Right now, he's a 1 after coming out of health and safety protocol, which you know how that can mess you up. And so Tobias is being asked to do something that he can't. And everybody else is having a burden to now I got to be my own player. And we have a puzzle in Philly, right? The pieces fit when Joel Embiid's on the floor. Without Joel Embiid, the puzzle can't be complete. And that's the biggest part of the puzzle. So these pieces are what you call misfits, right? Who's Furkan? Who's Curry? Who's Shake? Who's Green? Who's Tobias? And although Maxey's an upcoming at 21, who really is he without the centerpiece around it? You know what I mean? So I love the growth. I think in this season right now, with another big person who's supposed to be on the court and Ben Simmons not being there, we are not going to fully know what this team is, even though the 8-2 start, beating the Bulls twice in the first 10 games, show me that this team can contend with a lot of teams in the East. Losing to the Nets just by a fourth quarter blunder shows me we can compete. But when we get the missing piece for Ben Simmons, that's one thing. But even without the missing piece for Ben Simmons, Embiid makes everybody's job easier. With all that being said, let me know all your thoughts in the comment section. I don't like to really guess on what we're going to get for Ben Simmons because we just don't know at this point. But leave your thoughts about Tyrese Maxey and leave your thoughts about what this Sixer team is going to be with the players on the roster minus 2-5 when Joel Embiid comes back. Give me all your thoughts. Since we lost Embiid, when we get him back, just, talk to your boy. Until next time, y'all know what time it is. We out.